Hello, I'm Jerry Fort, the beer review guy. Check out this weather. Oh, well, you guys may not have this same weather going on. It's 77 degrees. It's like springtime out here. It is beautiful. Been waiting a long time to do this. I don't know if I have like enough to do a chat session, but Trey Kelley wanted me to do a chat session with the Stella Artois. So I'm going to try to chat with you guys a little bit. I got my glass that I got for free with the 6-pack of Stella beers at my local grocery store. That's been a while ago. Yeah, I got to go after this and get my wife's car washed up because it's got, you know, all kinds of white powdery, you know, salt, sand, all that garbage from bad streets and stuff, and when the city does, you know. So yeah, I had this same beer for over 3 months. I'm sure it's got to be maybe even longer than that. I should start writing down the date of some of my requests or suggestions I get from you guys. That way I can kind of have an idea of what came in first or how long it's been. So this is one of my favorite, like Belgium type beers. I think that's where they're from. Yeah. This is I think it's 5%. Yeah, 5%. Brewed in the USA under the strict supervision of the brewmasters from Leuven, Belgium, for uncompromising quality. So at least they're being supervised, you know. So yeah, this is a nice, smooth, one of those crisp, clean, refreshing, easy drinking, nice social beers. Has kind of an exquisite kind of taste to it. It's just a really, really nice tasting beer. Nice color, head still hanging around. It's just a really nice one. Wow, smooth, really smooth. Still nice and cold. Been having a lot going on. Lost my dad this year. I think a lot of you already knew it, or I can't remember. Did I make a video of it? I don't remember. Anyway, lost my dad. He'd been in a nursing home for maybe a little over 2 years because of his dementia, and was forced to have to go in there after my brother Wayne passed away. He couldn't take care of him. I mean, my brother Wayne had prostate cancer. You all know about that. So yeah, they ended up having a fire at their house, and the backside of the house where my brother was laying, where his bedroom was, him and his wife back there, my sister-in-law, and they inhaled a lot of the smoke that happened from back there, and which didn't help the situation. My brother was already, you know, weak, couldn't get around like real good, was hurting, so he ended up eventually into the hospital. They moved out of that house because of the fire into a little Roach Motel, and from there he started declining. Is that the right word? Ended up in the hospital, and he had trouble breathing. They had to induce a coma, and didn't get any better. He ended up passing away while in that coma. But my brother really enjoyed doing this review stuff with me. I've got I got a lot of reviews with him, so that's a special thing. I don't know, some of you guys knew, some of y'all knew my brother Wayne through these videos, and yeah, we looked similar, which a lot of people commented on that. But getting this special times on video, capturing the moment, was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this channel, which I started in 2016. My main reason was my son. I didn't know if he was going to take to beers or not. He didn't really, which is kind of odd. Still questioning on whether or not he is my actual blood son. No, just kidding. He just didn't have the palate for it. He just don't like it. I've been drinking it. I was almost weaned on it. I mean, when I was little. So all my dad and my older brothers all drank beer. My uncles. I just grew up around it. So it was kind of already in my blood, you know, the appreciation and enjoyment of beers. And so yeah, my brother Wayne and I had pretty much the same taste in beers. Just enjoyed it most of the time, which some of you know of me adding salt to my beers, which that's what I always did. There wasn't too many beers I could just drink without shaking some salt off in it. It's just what my dad would do, and my older brother, mostly my brother Wayne, was accustomed to doing that, so I took to that as I grew up. But when I started doing the reviews, I wasn't seeing anybody doing that. So this was doing reviews needed to be done without adding stuff, because it's just the appreciation of the beer itself is what you are, you know, appreciating and enjoying. So that's what you're putting out on what you experience, you know, the flavor wise, smell wise, body of it, you know, head, all that. So I had to get used to doing it that way. I weaned myself off of using salt because I just ended up enjoying the taste of beer without it, which I didn't know if I could do it or not, and I did it. So I'm glad I don't need to be having that big of a salt intake anyway. I'm almost 60 years old. I will be next year. So excuse me. So anyway, my dad he was the same way. He had trouble breathing, was taken to the hospital for it, and then they suggested that he be put on hospice because he didn't look good. His lungs were weak. Well, he was 89. I think he was 89. So he was pretty old, and that heart, I mean, those hearts in a body, they just, you know, they start losing their strength after a while. It's just how it goes. So yeah, he was on hospice, and then not too long after they did that, then he passed away. But I was told he went peacefully, so that made me feel good. My dad's had dementia for, well, a little over 2 years or more, but this past year he's gotten bad. He had gotten bad. He could still remember me though. I was the one he saw most of the time, so he remembered who I was. So that was pretty neat. But he had his moments, you know. His brain just wasn't firing, you know, straight. It was hitting some roadblocks, and then he'd had those moments where he didn't make any sense. He'd babble, or he wouldn't remember certain people, stuff like that. Little bursts of anger. So yeah, he just started getting bad. But he had a good life. He enjoyed traveling. We traveled for many years. I mean, my dad was born in Red Oak, Iowa. So was I. Traveled from. We lived in Colorado. We lived in South Carolina. We lived in Arkansas. Lived in Oregon for a little while, Eugene, Oregon. And just traveled through different states. We'd stop, look at the, you know, the sights and stuff a lot of times. We'd just make it a vacation. My dad had trouble keeping work. So he'd hear about a job opening in a different state, and there we'd go. And we'd pack up and head out on the road, and my mom and dad would just kind of make it a vacation. Seems how we're traveling anyway. We'd stop and look at things, landmarks and stuff. But he enjoyed that. He enjoyed traveling. He enjoyed seeing different things. He enjoyed visiting with people at rest areas. So much that my mom and I, we'd be like getting impatient for him. He'd be talking to somebody that's from another state, and he'd start talking to him, and he'd be out there for 30 minutes or more. But that's what he enjoyed doing. Got a guinea over here going crazy. Somebody down the street, they're in their front yard, they got a geyser going on. Their pipes broke or something, and it's going straight up. When it gets cold, when it gets as cold as it was here, it was in the negative here. And before that, we drip our faucets, our tub and our kitchen sinks. We drip them so that we don't have that problem. Excuse me. So what are you guys watching? Do you guys, anybody show watchers out there? You enjoy watching different shows? I'm a big show watcher. I just enjoy different shows. And my wife and I and Jeremy have been watching Rookie with Nathan Fillion. That's an enjoyable show. I remember seeing it, you know, coming on, but we was probably watching something else at the time. We just never watched it, but we all liked Nathan Fillion because of how cool he was in Firefly. Those of you that are familiar with Firefly, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was just really good in that. So we thought we'd try Rookie. And he's just an older man that wanted to go into law enforcement. And he's in, I think they're in New York. It might be Los Angeles. I can't remember. But he's the oldest rookie around. They make fun of him for it, but it's a cool show. I can't remember how many seasons there are of it, but he cracks me up and makes me laugh. Some of the stuff that happens. But they get into some real situations, you know, and my wife and I, we like watching different stuff, and I get into different stuff that you guys probably would not be interested in, but we started watching this. I didn't have high hopes that it was gonna, I was gonna be interested in it, but my wife said she'd heard about a show called The Gilded Age which is set in the 20s, 1920s, if I remember right. It's pretty cool. I mean, Julian Fellows wrote it, same one that did Downton Abbey and some other good British type shows. This one here is not British. It's actually American one. So Julian Fellows, if I remember right, is Scottish. But it could be English, but I can't remember for sure. But he does a lot more, British type shows. So when we saw that he was the writer of this one, I was surprised. There's only 2 seasons of it, but it's pretty interesting. It's different, What else we've been watching? We watched Traitors. That's pretty interesting. They're different countries have their own. Scotland did one. America did one. Britain did one, or the UK. I don't know if Australia did one. I can't remember about that. Anyway, it's pretty interesting. Y'all look it up. There's different shows that are coming on with new seasons. That 1923, I've been watching that with Harrison Ford. That new season just started. It's pretty cool. Interesting. Some crazy stuff going on in it right now. Can't think of what else. Anyway, yeah, we're going into spring. I'll be on my spring vacation here next month. So I need to try to start taking advantage of the spring weather. Mosquitoes haven't recuperated yet. They're not like out and about yet. So I need to take advantage of doing some outside projects. Yeah, our mosquito situation is so bad that you can't hardly walk out the door. They just attack you. So it makes being outside really hard to do projects and stuff. Mosquitoes, if they're not giving you diseases, they are making you miserable by making you itch. So it's like, unless you want to put the spray on, I'm not a real big fan of putting sprays on my skin. I don't like different chemicals like that on my skin. I'm just funny like that. I don't like the smell of it. Our Oklahoma has really, really humid weather. It gets like up in the 90s, sometimes 100 degrees here. You're sweating your butt off. It gets really uncomfortable. And it makes it also hard to do stuff outside when it's so hot. It gets deadly hot. That's how bad it gets. But I want to try to do some more sunflowers this year, and maybe some of you remember I did some sunflowers, and they grew up like a little over 12 feet tall. They got really tall. I like growing stuff. We've been enjoying this thing my son Jeremy got us, Bird-Fi. It's a bird identifier. and a bird feeder, all in one. It's got a camera in it, see there? You just press that power on and the battery lasts a long time. And you download the app to your phone, and it makes, as soon as a bird lands in front of it, it identifies it, shows it on your phone, what kind of bird it is, this, that, and other. It's made of plastic. Holds a pretty good amount of bird seed. This got a little thing back here, you pull it up and it tips the thing here, and you fill it up bird seed back there. Pretty nice little thing. Also, we have an attachment Jeremy got for hummingbirds. Excuse me. So we want to try that and see if we get some hummingbirds this spring and summer to land on. Excuse me, to land on it. Yeah, last Monday I told some of y'all about it. I left my keys to the doors of the college, my office, and where I keep my paint cart, and it's the keys to all the offices and stuff. I left them at home. Didn't notice I didn't get them until I got to work and couldn't get them in my office, and I had to go home, get them, and come all the way back again. It's like 8 miles, something like that. But aggravating. And then today I tried to do a coffee review this morning, and it malfunctioned, my K-cup machine, or it might have been the K-cup itself, I don't know. I kind of made a long video because I was trying to figure out why it happened, but overflowed out the top. Those of you, y'all know how K-cups work. It punctures the top, punctures the bottom. Water goes into the top, the exit hole. It goes through the grounds and then through the filter, and then your coffee comes out the bottom of it. But it has to make a puncture down there on the bottom. If it doesn't, then it's going to overflow out the top, and you're going to have you're going to have a mess. But this wasn't the situation. I made sure that the bottom got punctured, so I don't understand why it malfunctioned. Shouldn't have. But I'll have to see if I have another one of those. I don't think I do. I just got a variety box of coffees in the mail recently, and it had 2 or 3 of the same stuff in there, but not all of them had doubles, you know. But I'm getting a box possibly Thursday from Will and Ava, a couple of well, Will Hammers has been, that's his his channel name, that's what he goes by. He's been one of my subscribers for a long time. I have a lot of long-time subscribers that still comment to me and still hang out with me on my channel and stuff. But yeah, he's been around a long time too. But he's got a girlfriend named Ava, and they threw me together a snack box to send me, and it's supposed to arrive Thursday, so I'll be doing an unboxing to show you all what they sent me. They've told me a little bit about what's in the box. I don't have to ask them what's in the box. What's in the box, Will? What's in the box? I'm scared to open it. But so that'll be fun. It sounds like a lot of some little jerky sticks, I think, and oh, I can't remember what else he said. But some is Amish products, and some is crap, I can't remember. That's what happens when you get old. You just don't remember things anymore. Before I lose my mind, I think I'm going to tell my wife and my son, even though I lose my mind, set me in front of a camera and get me and put some product in front of me and have me try it and talk to the camera. That'll be my dementia series that y'all can watch. I just, you know, when your mom passes away from Alzheimer's and your dad has dementia, I don't see any way around that I'm gonna, you know, that I'm not gonna get one of them, you know, so it's like, you might as well accept that it's gonna happen. All right, this has been fun. I need to go get my wife's car washed and some stuff, and but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed talking to you. Sun is shining right in the camera, so I can't see it real good, but it should be a good picture anyway, because you know what I'm talking about. So Trey Kelley, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. Still got a little bit left in here. This is a good beer, a very nice social beer. If y'all have not tried Stella Artois, make it a point to try it. Excuse me. See what you think of it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't ever buy it again. But you might find a new favorite. Excuse me. Really good stuff. All right, get almost 30-minute video. This has been a good chat session. I thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. That's rude. And we'll see you all on the next one.